Good evening, everyone. Happy St. Patty's Day. How are y'all doing? Let me make sure I'm live. I know I always just have to check this. Okay, we're good. So this is so last minute. I usually don't go live this late, but this Afroman trial seriously is one of the funniest things I've ever seen, and I needed to share it with someone. And well, today I had a big meeting. I'm trying to save that land. And it was like a really serious meeting. There's some like retired lawyers there. And I was like, oh my gosh, did you see what happened in the Afroman trial? And they played his music video and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, what is that? And, I had to even see, like, do you know the songs? Like, who let the dogs out? And they're like, oh, yeah, yeah, we know. And they're like, did you watch that on TV? I was like, no, I didn't watch that on TV. I'm like, forget it. They don't get it, but you guys will get it. And this is funny. And even if you don't know the case, don't worry. I'm going to try to give you a background. I'm exhausted. Mentally, I'm probably not all here, but we're going to do it because like, this is funny. Thank you, Khaleesi. Yes. So let me just say hi to everyone as you're all coming in. And hopefully we get some people. Hey, Kenny, how are you doing? Look at the 4th of July or 4th of July. This is awesome. The Happy St. Patty's Day, what are those called? Not the luck of the Irish, it's the four clovers, right? Four-leaf clover, that's what it is, the four-leaf clover. And I feel like I'm so lucky because I have all of you here, and we're gonna talk about this case. So let me see who else is here. Oh, and yes, if you hadn't kno oh, well, we'll get there. We have a new emoji, and Khaleesi put it in the chat, and it's so cute, and it's thanks to Lena. Oh my gosh, we have Mia here. How are you doing at the beach? I haven't seen you forever. How are you doing? And did I catch everyone? Just snooping. Hey. Oh my gosh, Lori Jane, hello. Christy, happy St. Patty's Day. Oh, I love everyone here. This is so exciting. Well, if you need a laugh, then you stick around because like I don't even know the last time I've laughed this hard in a case. So I threw these slides together. It's going to be a little rough, but don't worry. We're going to get through it. So, yes, happy St. Patty's Day. Just make sure I'm sharing and um okay, so it ends with us was supposed to be the trial of the year, right? And like that's why Blake Lively is on the front of my thumbnail. And I'm like, wear your florals, lame, wear your best flag suit. Look at this, y'all. So when I saw this, I was like, what is even happening? And I made a joke. I was like, yeah, maybe his lawyer told him like wear his best suit and he wore like this flag suit, you know? I was just and it just keeps getting better. So, let me see what okay, so summary of the case. Yes. So if you don't know this, a while ago when Afroman, if you don't know him, he's the artist, the singer that does yeah, Who Let the Dogs Out? What's another one? Oh, Because I Got High. That's probably his most famous one. And we have a funny clip about that too. And basically, there was some confidential informant or something, according to the police, that had them do a search warrant on his house when he was out of town and saying supposedly there was like he had kidnapped someone and had an underground dungeon and all these things that were not true. And the cops like kicked down his door and like went through his house and took like his money, took like $5,000 and all these things went down and it turned out they didn't nothing came of it because the whole everything that was said in the search warrant like turned out to all be false. And so Afro Man was pissed, and so he had cameras in his house. He had surveillance footage of this of them executing the search warrant on his house. And so he like just went after all the cops and it was so funny. And obviously we can't go over like the whole case, but I have it already linked in the description. What today was day 2. I didn't even see yesterday. I started with today and it was hilarious. But uh the other part, so now those cops are suing him because they're saying that he's damaged their reputation. Like, I don't even know if they even are saying defamation or whatever, but it's like because he said that they stole money. Oh yeah, that's the other part. Because when he went to get his money back, the person at the sheriff's office said, oh, you know, it's short of like what the total is supposed to be. So it's like there's like $400 missing, and he's like, these cops stole money from me. And so, and his, oh my God, and his lawyer, you guys, is so good. Everything about this case is good. And sorry, let me go to the chat and just make sure that I haven't lost y'all yet. Like, have any of you seen this? Do you guys think this is funny? And are you with me? And are you ready for a wild ride? Because we're going to start with them playing this music video in court. And I have to say that, like I've just never seen anything like that. If I was I don't even think I could have been on a jury for this. I think I would have been kicked out of court for laughing because it was so funny. And honestly, I'm shocked that we didn't hear more laughs in the court. But he calls one of the officers Officer Pound Cake. And we're gonna get into it. I just want to see. Oh my gosh, Pam's here too. Hey Pam, how you doing? And did any of you see this today? Oh my gosh, I'm not even in StreamYard. That's why I was like, why can't I pull up anyone's chat? Let me see. And I had already started like a whole different stream for us for the next time of updates of our other cases. And I'm like, nope, not happening. We're doing this. Let me see. Khaleesi said, I posted the video at the beginning and I can repeat it at the end of the live. Oh, you have to tell me. Oh, you posted the video. Okay, cool. Awesome. And it's also in the description though, as well. Cause like, I'm going to be playing some of it here, but give Kat all the credit. It's KattNotWilliams. She did a lot of, she's, I think most famous maybe from the YSL trial, her coverage of that, but she does a lot of cases. And I think she's the best, in my opinion, to watch this case with, cause she knows it really well. And she reads the court documents like during the downtime. And she made some funny jokes today and her chat was lit. And I saw Vague there. Vague and Ambiguous was in there. And I had so much to do today. Like, yes, Officer Pound Cake. We're going to they played, so he made a whole song. And what I didn't catch until someone said it was that the song is to like At the Boardwalk. Because I was like, why is this tune so catchy? And that's because he did it to that song. We're going to play it. We're going to play everything. And yeah, I had so much to do today and I kept getting distracted with this case and I kept going in there. And by the way, I even have a note to myself in this slide that when I'm done, I have something really important I still have to do tonight. But I was like, I have to talk about this case with someone. Quarter Fate, how are you? When you said Officer Pound Cake, I laughed so hard and woke my husband up. He's not happy with me. Well, and we're going to play it right now, but and you'll see why. I'm going to play the music video part first. But after I heard that song, I was officially I have a lemon tree that it's like one of my prized possessions. I think my lemon tree is one of the most amazing gifts I've ever had. And I named it Mama's Lemon Pound Cake. I named it Lemon Pound Cake. That's the name of the song. Let's just get right into it, you guys. Enough of me. Let's get to the good stuff. So we're gonna have to play it from my ex because that's where I clipped it. Okay, share this tab instead.
Called Officer Mr. Cooley, sorry, Sean, you were called Officer Pound Cake by Mr. Foreman
multiple times.
You
We
asked-
received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
Okay. And the context of that name comes from a music video that Mr. Foreman created, correct?
I don't know where he got it at, but you'd have to ask him that question.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play what's marked Defense Exhibit D. I'd like you to watch this.
Okay.
Oh, you got to turn it on. Oh.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the grass spray. They found no kidnapping victims. Just some living pound cake.
No, close the file box.
Mama's living pound cake. It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun.
It is what it is.
Living pound cake. He wanna put down his gun. Living pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Living pound cake. He's a family guy. Lemon pound cake, munchies, because he got hot. Lemon pound cake, pound cake. He's a Adams County sheriff. He's hungry and he's big as hell. He was sniffing for weed. Then he smelled another smell. What was that? Mama's lemon pound cake. He made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice. Of what? Lemon pound
Come on, Chet.
cake. He wanna put down his slice. Lemon pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake. He's a family guy. Lemon pound cake. Munchies because he got hot. Lemon pound cake. Pound cake. He sees my cake and my porno man combo. Something happened to his camera on the evidence room. Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice. Make the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice. Of what? Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his slice. Lemon pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake. He's a family guy. Lemon pound cake. Munchies because he got hot. Lemon pound cake. Pound cake. Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his slice. Lemon pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake. He's a family guy. Lemon pound cake. Munchies because he got hot. Lemon pound cake. Pound cake.
Stop it there.
Stop it there. No.
So you've seen Exhibit D, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You would admit that's you with the glasses walking by a lemon pound cake on the counter?
Yes.
And that is security footage from.
So, you guys, can you believe that happened? That actually happened. That would happen live in court. I was laughing so hard this morning. Like, and it's because he's like, oh yeah, I don't know. I guess that's why he calls me lemon pound cake. I don't know why. Yeah, it's because this song, he has this song because of the raid. The footage was of him smelling the pound cake. Apparently, I guess he said that there was like weed in it or something, and he's like, it's mama's pound cake. I don't know, you guys. It was so funny. Oh my gosh. And then this part. Okay. So at one point, they could not, this was still the prosecutor's case. And again, these cops are suing Afroman because he made the song about him. He called them, he said that they stole from him, which they did. Well, money was missing, so like it's not like it got up and walked away. And that's another funny part, and we're going to get to that because then Afroman was called to the stand, which I cannot believe happened. And I had so much to do today, so I couldn't like keep posting about it, and I wanted to clip it and I didn't have time, so we're just going to watch it together, when the prosecution called him, because it is so funny. Because he said that at first he didn't remember putting the money in his pockets because he did a show with Snoop Dogg and someone and Wiz Khalifa, I think, and he put the $5,000 in his pocket, and he couldn't remember because he got high, which is just so funny. But anyway, so then there was this other song, and they kept playing it because they couldn't figure out how to see the date, which on the date for the music video, you just click the description, because you know sometimes it'll say like when you're looking at all of them together, it will say like a month ago or 2 days ago, and this one was and so because they weren't clicking the actual like video to click the description and get the date, because you have to click the description box, so they and it kept replaying this video, and so we're just going to watch a tiny bit of that. Don't worry, this stream's already demonetized, so we're just going all in. It was this part.
The British are coming, the British are coming. Hide your money, your kids and your woman. White supremacists on my premises. What is this? A racist feminist? Why you disconnecting my video camera? Why you disconnecting my video camera? Why you disconnecting my video camera? We ought to throw crooked cops in the slammer. Why you disconnecting my video camera? Why you disconnecting my video camera? Why you disconnecting my video camera? We ought to throw crooked cops in the slammer. August 25th.
So that is his YouTube. Here, let's just go to it. Is OG Afroman, in case you're not following. And I'm going to show you something. Look, see how this is a little trick, and maybe the prosecutors need to learn this. So see how it says like 3 years ago right here? So all you do is you press the box. Oh my God, the date appears. And they couldn't figure it out. And so they kept like refreshing and I kept playing. But I think they were doing the short of it, which still was so funny. Because there's this one part where the dogs, oh yeah, because he says he made some kind of joke about how like one of the cops' wives, he had an affair with one of the cops' wives or something. Or no, actually he didn't. I think it was one of the cops was saying that his one of his adopted kids was saying that they were getting bullied in school because, and this is when she was 11 years old. So I mean, I don't believe it anyways. And they were saying that, oh, did your mom have an affair with Afroman? And that's why you're a different color skin than your dad or something, like, which I do not believe happened, but this case is crazy. So let's go to his when they called him to the stand, because it was wild. It was so crazy. And again, this is all from KattNotWilliams. We're going to go there. Well, actually, wait, let me go back to mine real quick because I want to see if anything else. Oh, yeah, I just made a joke. I said, lawyer, wear a suit for court, Afroman. That's what he wore. So I'm just saying, Blake Lively was supposed to be, like her case was supposed to be the case of the year. And she's already lost. Afroman today on the stand, you guys. Oh my God, look, it's Christina. I know it's so late. I'm so sorry. Did you see the music video yet? Did you see that part? Because like, I just want to know your reaction. I hope you laugh. We're gonna get to him on the stand right now, and the way it starts is so funny. So let's just get right into it, and we're gonna watch it again. This is through KattNotWilliams. Let me switch tabs. She's awesome, and she's linked in the description. Khaleesi also linked her. So let me go to the beginning, make sure that we're at the beginning of it, when he's first called. I know she linked the timestamp. Okay, here's it.
Yeah.
Okay. And make sure, let me know if the sound is okay.
Yes.
When you post something that a lot of
Sorry, I want to make sure it's from the whole beginning because how they introduce him is even funny. Why is this not starting?
Yeah, don't you?
Yes.
When this search happened back in August,
Sorry, I don't know why it's not starting from the very beginning. Okay, here we go.
performances,
Like,
did
see
you
it
do
keep doing that?
Shit,
performances collected? Did performances?
This money was collected. An
Hold
article
on,
of
I don't
clothing,
know
maybe
what
in a
is going on.
pocket
You
or
have to refresh
something
it.
of that.
Let me try refreshing it. Because right when he gets on the stand, they say, you're known for a song called. All right, we're just going to let it play and then we'll get there. In the meantime, isn't that weird? Do you guys see how it's not letting me stay there? Stay on that spot? I don't know why it's not letting me start there. I think her timestamps are off. I think that's what it is.
Last year.
That's it.
Okay, we're going to have to watch it on a different. Oh, here we go.
The plaintiff is called Joseph Foreman, as if on cross-examination.
So Joseph Foreman is his real name, Afroman's real name. All right, now we're good. We're in. It's on the right spot. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear can you hear the what is it called? The YouTube? All right, we're playing it.
Hostile witness, Joseph Foreman, Afroman. Let's go. Let's go.
You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. As this, you shall answer unto God.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. And have a seat.
Thank you, Your Honor. For the record, would you give us your name, please?
My name is Joseph Edgar Foreman.
You are known under the stage name as Afroman, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you create music videos and do performances, is
Yes,
that right? How many states of the United States have you performed in, do you think?
All of them.
All 50.
Yes, sir.
That's cool.
How many countries have you performed in?
I don't remember, but not all of them, but I've been to a few.
How many live performances did you do last year, roughly?
I don't know. Possibly 250. I don't know, but I don't know. It's a lot of days, but I don't know exactly.
And you have a residence here in Adams County, correct?
Yes, sir.
Just so you guys know, Adams County is in Ohio.
You've been performing for 20 or 30 years, is that right?
All my life.
All right. And is it fair to say that one of the first big hits you had was But Then I Got High?
Because I got high.
Because I Got High?
That killed me. That literally killed me. He's like, is one of your big hits, But Then I Got High? He's like, it's because I got high. Come on now.
And do you think it's accurate to say that that song has had over 300 million views on YouTube?
Sounds right.
You have a large presence on social media, obviously, correct?
Depends on your definition of large. There's bigger people than me, but I'm all right.
And on Instagram, is it fair to say that you have 247,000 followers?
Yeah, I just got some of them the other day.
This trial.
You got new ones coming all the time
Yes, not all the time, just here lately.
because the trial's coming up.
Yeah, all the publicity from the officers lawsuing me is running up my numbers.
Yeah.
That's right.
And on YouTube, you have almost 1 million followers, 983,000. Is that right?
I haven't looked. It was 977 last time I looked.
Do you like he basically just said this, no one would have known. Like, I'm getting all this publicity because of these dumb ass cops that are suing me. Like, that's why my numbers are going up. Now everyone wants to know the songs I made and all this stuff because they Streisand affected themselves or whatever it's called. Sorry, I have to keep pausing it so I don't get like totally copyright strike, but probably too late for that.
And on TikTok, you have about 392,000 followers.
I haven't looked at it, but that sounds kind of right.
You know when you post something that a lot of people are going to see it, don't you?
Yes.
When this search happened back in August of 2022, Mr. Foreman, you weren't at home.
No.
You were driving home from Chicago,
Yes.
and you got an alert from a family member that the sheriffs were there searching your home. Is that right?
Yes.
And you were able to turn on your phone and watch through your home security system what the deputies were doing for a period of time, weren't you?
Yes.
And is it fair to say you were angry and upset about this search?
I wasn't happy.
And is that why you posted the things we've seen this week, because you weren't happy?
No, I posted it because the sheriff's never supposed to raid in my house in the first place. The whole raid was a mistake. All of this is their fault. If they hadn't have wrongly raided my house, there would be no lawsuit. I would not know their names. They wouldn't be on my body. They wouldn't be on my home surveillance system. And there would be no songs, nothing. My money would still be intact, nothing. So all of this is their fault.
And because they executed a search warrant on your home, that gave you the right to post the things that we've seen this week on the internet?
Wow.
because
Is that
They-
right? Is that right, Mr. Foreman?
yes, for
Yes.
tearing down my door, not paying for it, not being apologetic, me being a sport, doing something peaceful to raise the money to pay for their damages, me having the right of the freedom of speech as an American to talk to my family, friends, and fans about what the sheriffs did to my home. Yes, I had the right to my freedom of speech. After they left, I had the right to kick the can and to do what I had to do to repair the damage they brought to my house. Yes, I did.
That includes the right to post the videos that you've just been posting up until Friday and beyond, right?
Yes, I have freedom of speech. I'm a rapper. I entertain. I write fiction, comedy. Yes, I mean, I entertain for a living like you practice law for a living. So I have to go to work.
We're both jokes. No.
Again, shout out to Kat. This is why I watched with her. That was so good. I don't think she even realizes how clever she is. She's very funny. This whole case is funny. And this is her stream, and it's in the description for anyone who wants to like it or anything or give her support.
The deputies left a warrant return at your house, didn't they?
One more thing. Has anyone heard of the Pike massacre or something? In Ohio, that case, because one of the big things I kept seeing in the chat today was like, because this judge is terrible, like he's really bad, and they were saying how he messed up the Pike something case. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up while this is playing, and then I'll get back to you with that.
I think they left something with my ex-wife. I'm not sure.
Well, you saw, as soon as the search was over, as soon as you got home, you saw a document that showed exactly how much cash had been taken from the house, correct?
I know I got paid $5,000 for the show that suit was in. I forgot that money was in that suit. But, I heard, I don't know what piece of paper I heard. I knew they took some money. I just knew they took some money. I knew it was 4,000-ish. I knew they took some money and they seized some money and some weed and some, I don't know what else, just minor stuff.
You knew how much money was in that pocket when you came home and saw the warrant return, didn't you?
It was $5,000 from back when I did that show. I remember it was $5,000. But anyway.
So is it your testimony that they actually took $5,000 instead of $4,390?
No, I just know. I know when I did that show, it was with Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa at Red Rocks in Denver. The balance of that show for me, they sent in a deposit, but the balance was $5,000. I put the $5,000 in my coat pocket. I got drunk, I got high, and I forgot to get that money, and I hung that suit back up, and that's where they got that money from.
So it was $5,000 they got.
Yes, it was $5,000 that was in my suit when I got paid in Red Rocks. Now,
Do you catch that? He's like, because I got drunk and I got high and I put the money in my suit pocket and I forgot it was there. Like, it's literally what his song is his real life.
after all of this stuff, whatever, it's just, I don't really know the complete number. It's 46, it's 430, the number bounces up and down. But all I know is I got paid $5,000 at the Red Rocks with Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa when I played the Red Rocks in Denver.
And you got $4,000 returned, right?
I don't know the exact amount.
Well, you were there with the news when you got it.
Right, and the lady at the sheriff's station admitted that the sheriff was short. You can go watch the 19 News.
You knew when you saw the warrant returned, didn't you, that the amount that they were saying was taken was actually more money than was in that suit pocket?
I didn't warrant.
That's why you brought the news to the sheriff's office when you got the money back, because you knew that they had miscounted the money and the number on the evidence bag was actually more
I didn't know
money.
nothing. The lady at the sheriff department just volunteered the information. I was sitting there, if she had been, I might not even known I got ripped off. She admitted it live on Channel 19 News that the money wasn't right.
You remember in your deposition when I asked you, why did you bring the news when you picked up the money?
Yeah, I didn't want to get beat up or Epstein at the sheriff's station after I seen him running around my house with AR-15s. So that's why I brought the news and my attorney. So to make sure I got out of that place with my money.
You brought the news to protect you physically.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't bring the news because you already knew there was a miscount and you were going to make.
I didn't know nothing about the
hay
discount. I didn't know. I figured they stole my money. They turned my cameras off. So if you turn my cameras off, you must got something bad in mind. So yeah, I'm accusing them of it. They turned my cameras off. I can't see what they're doing.
So your testimony under oath here today to these 10 jurors is that you brought the news when you picked up your money to protect you physically from being beat up or shot by the sheriffs, right?
Yes.
All right.
And they volunteered the information that that the money wasn't right.
They
That's just an extra something we found out. But I came with my attorney and the news to make sure the people running around my house with guns didn't take me into jail and do something.
You had a safe in your home, correct?
First of all, did you guys see that ring also that he's wearing? You'll see it when he talks on his it's on his right hand. It's a it's like the marijuana leaf ring. He's like flashing it around on his finger. It's really funny. Pam says, why was this house raided to begin with? And that is still a mystery because it was a confidential informant that we still don't know who it is. And it doesn't seem like a real thing because it basically said that and it accused him of crazy things like that he was kidnapping people and they were living in a dungeon in his basement and that there was like drugs and like all this crazy stuff. And they kick his door down and like they totally go through his house and whatever. And like, there's nothing like that. Actually, his house is very clean and pretty organized. And they also like accused him of being an addict and like things on the body cam. I mean, so he was so upset and he had to pay to fix his own door, which we've seen with like most of these raids. And the whole thing is crazy. And it's like, I don't think they did any due diligence at all to look into these claims whatsoever, because this whole thing seemed wild. But the cops on the stand today that were trying to say like how they're victims, it was so pathetic. Like, we're not even playing them because they're so pathetic. Afroman is the star of this show, and the cops just elevated him to a new level. Who knew? So let me get that. And Christina, I saw you. Did you say you were going to sleep or that you're tired? Oh, Christina's in bed now. I totally get it. This is late for me too. And I still have a huge thing I have to get done, but we're going to do it. We're going to get through his testimony. It's not that long and it's really funny. And we get to see him again because he might get called again for the defense when his side, because today the prosecution rests. So let's keep going. I'll go back to this.
Correct?
2 of them.
2 safes. Did the sheriffs look into those safes to your knowledge?
Yes, they
The
did.
deputies?
Yes.
Oh, and did you guys catch that? How he said he brought his lawyer and the news to the station with him to pick up his things because he didn't want to get Epsteined. I mean, he's really funny. This guy is hilarious.
And how did they get the combination?
I gave it to my ex-wife so the sheriffs wouldn't pull my safe out the floor, take it to the station and put something in it and try to say that whatever they put in my safe was mine. So I went ahead and gave my ex-wife, who I didn't want to give my combination to, it was just safer. I went ahead and gave her my combination so they could open up the safe and realize that they just vandalized somebody that don't even have nothing in the safe.
And do you know what was in those safes?
It was absolutely nothing in the safes.
Don't you keep jewelry in those safes?
No.
Can you tell me that in your deposition that you keep jewelry in those safes?
I do.
Was anything missing from the safes when you got home after the search?
I didn't put nothing in the safes.
Was anything missing from the safes when you got home?
Nothing was in them, so nothing was missing from the safe.
You talked to Randy Walters on the phone before you got home that evening during the search, or right afterwards, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
He told you that they were taking some money and some vape pens and a small amount of marijuana. He told you that?
Yes, sir.
You knew, didn't you, Mr. Foreman, that there had been an investigation by the Claremont County Sheriff's Office into the discrepancy about the cash that was missing from your home, correct? You knew there was an investigation.
Yeah, I knew the sheriffs was investigating themselves.
Oh, that's how you saw it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you ever ask for a report so you could see how bad this investigation of themselves really was?
Yes, I was trying to get involved any way I can. The investigation was going on without any of my participation.
Did you ask for a copy of the report?
I did. I asked for everything. I was trying to be involved.
So you've seen the report?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I just saw it a few minutes ago.
Well, you had an attorney when you got the cash returned, correct?
At the station?
Yes.
I had attorney. Yeah, my attorney was present.
Did your attorney ask for a copy of this report?
It wasn't when I got my cash back from the station, it wasn't an investigation until we realized money was missing.
Well, did you contact your attorney and say, hey, get me a copy of that report?
Your Honor, I'm going to object. Well, Mr. Klingler wants to talk about his client's attorney-client privilege and maybe waive it. Mr. Foreman does have attorney-client privilege with his attorney at that time. And we are going to assert that privilege because it's a privilege he has of right.
And so far, he hasn't asked anything privileged. So I appreciate the sensitivity, overrule the objection.
Sensitivity. The noise.
Thank you, Judge. Your testimony is you never saw a copy of Detective Robinson's report until today.
Yes, sir.
And that's because you didn't want to see a copy of the
I
investigation.
did want to see. You don't know what I want. I did want to see.
You did.
I wanted everything that had something to do with my money coming.
And that was 3.5 years ago, correct? And you haven't seen a copy of that report that you wanted to see until this afternoon. Is that right?
But why would he know?
I never had my money taken by cops. I didn't know how this goes. I don't know about reports. All I know is live on Fox 19 News, the lady admits that her department is short $400 of my money. That's all I know. I don't know how to investigate police officers taking money.
That's all you know, and that's all you know today, isn't it? That's the whole basis of your claim that your money was stolen, is that the amount of money that was in the bags is different from the amount of money that was written on the bag.
Yeah, my whole thing
Yes.
is they never should have raided me in the first place.
That's your whole thing.
That's my whole thing.
That's the
That's my
point,
whole
isn't
thing. If they never would have showed up, there would be no songs about them. I wouldn't know who they are. Their faces would not be on my video cameras. None of this, we wouldn't be in this room right now if they hadn't raided my house and didn't press no charges, didn't even know what they was doing. This whole thing is their fault, and they're suing me for their mistake.
And so you don't really care if they stole your money or not. You're just mad
I
about
do
what
care
they
about
did.
if they stole them.
But
Police officers shouldn't be stealing the civilians' money. So I do care. All of it is an outrage. But this whole thing is an outrage.
Okay, is that a marijuana leaf? Maybe it's just a flower. No, that's a marijuana leaf, right? I don't know. This trial is so funny. Hey, Health Walker. So yeah, anyone saying why are we here or why is he in court again? Yes, the cops are suing him because they raided him. They did this search warrant on his house and without pressing any charges because it seemed like it was a total BS search warrant. And then Afroman made music videos that are so funny with the surveillance footage of them inside his house. And it's like everything he says is so funny. It's the Lancho says Khaleesi. Is it really? So you guys are so funny. It was a song, and he also said they stole from him. And he gave them nicknames. And the cops did. I mean, his money's missing. And the only other people that were in his house were the cops, and they admitted that when they gave him his money back, that it was short $400. So I think it's a reasonable conclusion to say they stole from him. And if anything, they also did steal from him. When you kick down doors and you don't replace it, that comes out of his pocket, So yeah, he's spot on. No one should be stealing from civilians.
You have no evidence that they took your money except for the amount on the bag isn't the same as the amount.
How about the lady admitting that she took?
you answer my
She admitted that she took my money on live Fox 19 News. Go argue with the film clip.
Yeah.
Go argue with her admitting that she took my money.
Nobody admitted that they took your money.
Well, whatever. Go look at her admitting that the bag is short
Mr.
because it
Foreman.
stayed open all weekend long or 2 weeks after Brian and Officer Cooley just left it and just mishandled it and did it right.
Just so we're honest with the jury here. Mr.
Wow.
Foreman, nobody admitted that they took your money, did they?
They admitted it was short.
Yes.
So
Nobody
it looked like
admitted
somebody
that they took your money. Correct?
It was short. She admitted. She said that it was short.
So
And
I would
usually
believe it was
between
missing.
$2 missing. How does $400 even come up missing? Odd.
Pause.
You posted videos about Brian Newland doing hard drugs and snitching on his friend, and you posted those based on rumors, didn't you? We can look at your deposition, but before you argue with me, but isn't that a fact that you made those allegations based on rumors you said you heard?
It's a fact. William Newland is a convicted pedophile, and Brian Newland is his brother. After I zeroed in on Brian, I asked about him. Come to find out, he's a large statutory rapist that has sex with all kinds of underage girls. He buys them beers and gets them drunk and all kinds. That's probably the reason he had to leave the Adams County Sheriff Department, because he beats up his wife and he messed with underage girls, and he had to get out of town and go get a job in Northwood.
All right. You don't want to answer my question.
I do. Please ask another one.
Well, let me ask this one again
Oh my
so I can
God.
get an answer. Do you remember in your deposition when I asked you, you have no reason to think these rumors about Brian Newland are true, do you? And you said, well, it's more entertaining if it's true, and I can make some money. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. That's a however long that deposition was. You can read the deposition and it tells you what I said.
Do you have a copy, another copy of that?
Oh
I'll
yeah,
show
let's
to you.
read
I
it.
can show you my copy. Refresh your recollection.
Sure, refresh his recollection.
It's,
Three. You then use-
thank you, Judge. If I can get it working here.
Your Honor, I would object to using the screen to refresh his recollection.
That's Newland.
If he wants to refresh his recollection, he can show him it and then ask him a question, much how we would do in criminal law with the police report. If an officer didn't remember, we wouldn't show the report, we would show it to the officer. He would refresh his memory by reading it, and then we'd re-ask the question.
Do it that way, just make sure you think he reads it right. I'm just trying to get through the verbiage.
If Mr.
Just make sure you think he reads it right, otherwise I have to wrestle with you about whether he read it right.
Sure.
So just read it. And then if we want to move it as an exhibit, you can do that.
Remember your deposition being taken, Mr. Foreman, in your attorney's office on September 3rd, 2024.
I remember the deposition.
And that
Yes. Hey, Jill. Yeah. She says the argument is that he only believes money is missing because of what the officials wrote on the bag, not because of what he remembers. Well, he didn't even remember it. That he had put it in his pocket until later when it was one of the things that went missing. And so then, yeah, I guess when they were giving it back to him, they said, oh, it's short of the amount that's written on the bag. And then that's when he's like, well, what happened to my $400? And they can't make it. They can't figure it out. You guys, this is so funny. This whole thing is so funny. Oh, and I figured out who the judge is. The Pike massacre case. I remember it. It is wild. And he was so bad in that case, and he took the death penalty off the table, and now it's back on the table. So he's like, this judge has issues. But anyways, we'll just keep going.
position was taken in DJ Osborne's office.
Yes, sir.
That's the same office that you used to film that video that we saw last
Lisa.
night with the actor playing Lieutenant Lisa Phillips. And that actor was sitting in the same chair that Lisa Phillips sat in during her deposition, wasn't she?
Yeah, the actor played
Taya.
Lisa because I wouldn't have known her if she had came to my house and cut off my camera.
Yeah, right.
Right.
That's the office we're talking about, and that's the office where I took your deposition, right?
Yes, sir.
And in that deposition, I'm referring to page 84 of the deposition. I had asked you about,
Object, he's testifying.
No, he's using the deposition to refresh his memory. He's doing it right, so sit down, please.
Sit down.
did I ask you this question, and did you give me these answers, Mr. Foreman? Question: would it be fair to say these are rumors? Answer: Stephanie said it, and some other people that don't remember, I'd be in a hurry in Walmart or something. They shake my hand. Yeah, Brian used to do this, used to do that. Then something, I didn't know him, but this is what I've heard. Question: you don't have any particular reason to think that it's true or not true, right? Answer: well, it's more entertaining if it is true, and I could probably make some money and capitalize on it if it's true.
What are the line numbers?
Starting with line 7 and ending with line 21.
All right.
Did I ask you those questions and you give me those answers?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago. But
Well, that's my question.
I've always
Thank you.
put Brian Newland next to his brother. So that's
Yeah.
my basis, and I've always
We noticed that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
your
so-
attorney's going to be able to ask you whatever questions he wants. Right now, I'd like you to focus on my questions, Mr. Foreman.
You can see his eyebrows raised behind the glasses.
You have no evidence that Brian Newland ever molested little boys, do you?
If you look at the picture, he's holding the little boy's butt. It's too much for me. So if you use your eyeballs. Again, his brother's a convicted pedophile.
That's your evidence for posting that
Well,
pedophile stuff
hey,
about
I'm just
little
trying to
boys.
figure out. I'm trying to figure out what kind of guy is kicking on my door. What kind of guy is walking around my house reading my bank statements? It's a dude. It's a dude that's possibly a pedophile, got a convicted pedophile brother, deputized by the sheriff, walking around, possibly stealing my money. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on as I zoom in with my cameras. That's not the type of guy I don't think should be on the police force.
I'm going to refer you again to your deposition. If you don't trust my reading of it, I'm happy to give it to you, Mr. Foreman. But on page 98 of your deposition on that same day, beginning at 9/11, did I ask you this question and did you give me this answer? And again, the only evidence, you don't have any evidence that Brian Newland is a pedophile or plays with little boys. Answer: no, sir. Did I ask you that question? Did you give me that answer?
I don't remember.
What are the line numbers?
Beginning with line 11 ending with line 14 on page 98. You have no evidence that Lisa Phillips stole your money, do you?
I know if she hadn't raided my house, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Nor a lawsuit or nothing. They never should have been at my house.
Since you're not going to answer my question, I'm going to go back to your deposition again, Mr. Foreman, page 102.
Your Honor, if I may, can I just enter a continuing objection so I don't have to object every time he does the deposition?
Well, it's too important, so please be specific. Thank you.
So I would enter a notation of objection at this point. He is now testifying to the witness. He is no longer refreshing his recollection.
I'll be sensitive to that, so you can rephrase, I'll sustain that. You made the conclusion you didn't have memory, so you got to go back and fix that.
All right, Judge, I will. Thank you. Do you remember telling me in your deposition, Mr. Foreman, that you don't have any evidence that Lisa Phillips stole your money?
Yeah, she cut off the cameras, but I didn't know who took them. So all the officers was a suspect at first, because I didn't know where. After the deposition, I realized that Brian Newland was in charge of the money, and I knew where to focus everything. But at first, all the cops was a suspect, especially after they cut off my cameras, and I couldn't see what they were doing.
All right. Well, so you don't remember? Is that what you're telling me?
I remember telling you that Lisa, probably didn't take my money,
Okay.
but I just didn't know. I just knew it was missing and stuff. They cut off my cameras. So all of them were suspects until I figured it out.
So until you figured it out?
Until everybody figured it out, until it was solved of where the missing money was.
All right. So just to clear this up and move on, you admit that you don't have any evidence that Lisa Phillips stole your money?
No. But I know if she wasn't there in the first place, we wouldn't be having this conversation or be here.
And is it true that one of your big motivation, really, in making all of these posts is to make money?
To pay for the damage that they brought to my house under the circumstance that they shouldn't have even been there in the first place.
Okay. So the answer to my question is yes, your motivation was to make money.
To pay for the damages that they brought to my house under the circumstances that they shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Have you made enough yet to make up for it?
How much you paying your lawyer?
Not really.
How much have you made on it?
I don't know exactly, but it wasn't hardly $24,000.
$24,000.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that.
You're still making money on today, right? With the new posts and advertisements and things.
It's publicity.
You're still selling merchandise, aren't you?
No.
I couldn't order.
Just everybody. Thanks to them bringing publicity to this, it's just an opportunity to run numbers up and be an entertainer.
And the more lies, outrageous lies you tell about them, the more money you can make, right?
Fact, they never should have came to my house in the first place. Fact, if they hadn't came to my house, they wouldn't have put themselves on the video camera and in my music career. All of this is their fact. All of this is their fault. And they have the audacity to sue me. These people and you are the predators and the victim at the same time.
So what they did, searching your house, gave you the right to do everything you
Under the circumstance that I got freedom of speech, after they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do. And I think I'm a sport for doing so, because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance cameras, then try to play the victim and sue them.
You were at Lisa Phillips's deposition, correct?
Yes, sir.
In your
Oh my God, you guys, this is so funny. He's like, I can turn when life gives you lemons, I can make lemon pound cake and a lemon pound cake song and monetize it. And then, but he's explaining to this lawyer, like, your clients are why this stuff is like going viral. That's why it's getting attention. This is because of you. And yes, Pam said that's why they're mad about the money he's making. Actually, I think that they're mad. It's like the disrespect, because he was like, oh my God. I can't even pull everything up because, like, again, I did this so last minute and I was working all day, but there was like another post. He compares one of the cops to a wrestler and posts a picture of him next to the wrestler in a wrestling singlet and calls him something funny. I'm going to find that one. I'll show you. He's just so funny. This whole case, this should have never been brought. These cops are not only are they so, thin skinned, but they're also like, must be so dumb to be doing this. And their claims are like, they don't even make sense. Like, one of them said he's scared to sit in his car to do, like write the warrants and do his paperwork because they live in a rural county and he's scared someone's gonna like come after him because of Afroman's song. Are you kidding me? None of it. They're just, this is crazy.
Lawyer's office.
Yes, sir.
Same office where you filmed part of that video last Friday.
Yes, sir.
And you saw how upset she was when she was answering your lawyer's questions about how this had affected her, right?
Yes, yes,
And you saw your attorney say, do we need to take a break?
yes,
And you saw her say, no, let's go on and get this over with.
yes, sir.
You saw all that.
Yes.
We missed that
You
this
knew she
morning.
was upset.
Just like she knew I was upset when she was standing in front of my kids with an AR-15, with her hand around the trigger ready to shoot me. Just like she knew I was upset when she cut my cameras. But I'm not a person, she is. So I'm sorry for being a victim. Let's talk about the predators.
Okay. So you saw all that. You saw how upset she was. You heard the testimony about her children. You heard the testimony at the depositions about Randy Newland's daughter who came home upset. You heard all that, but you're still posting stuff about
Yeah,
it.
because I understand it was Randy's fault and all of their fault for coming to my house in the first place. So if they hadn't came to my house, their children wouldn't be saying nothing. None of this would be going home if they did their research and did things right. So all of this is their fault. And now they want to sue me for their mistake.
You guys, like normally if I had the time, what I would have done with like this kind of testimony is like click all the sound bites, and it's like every 10 seconds, like every question, he has another mic drop. It's so funny. And he is not phased whatsoever. And look what he's wearing. Can you imagine trying to like question the witness when they're when they're wearing their best suit? Okay.
The silence after some of
Is there
these
anything that could
moments.
change your mind about what you're doing to these deputies?
Is there anything that can change my mind about the fact that they shouldn't have been at my house in the first place? Is there anything that can change my mind about how my money shouldn't have been touched in the first place? No.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so that's
Look,
it.
Han, look at the gallery. Look at the plaintiff's table chat. This guy, his head is inside his collar. This guy.
Yeah, because those are the cops.
Sorry, no problem.
This one, oh my God, this one was the worst. Wait, where's Officer Pound Cake? Oh, that one was bad too. Anyways, so that was that was it. So then the prosecution rests its case today, and it's going to start again tomorrow morning, I think 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. And it's just, and so he might be called again. I don't know if the defense is going to call him so as their own witness, but that was it, like, for today. Oh my God, like how funny this is. Kenny says he preacher man today. He was Afro preach. I mean, he was just, you guys, lemon pound cake. It's going to be stuck in my head forever. And I was like, I have to share this with someone. I have never seen something so funny in my life. Yes, there is a jury. There is a jury that had to sit there and watch that entire music video. And he's wearing these like marijuana leaf suits and dancing in it. And it's to the Boardwalk song. And I was just like, then I felt like I was high. I'm like, did I get high? Am I getting secondhand high? Or is this really happening? And true story, like something smelled like fire in the room that I stream in, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And like it made the air quality, because I brought the air sensor in here. I was like, am I getting high from the fumes? I was like, what is happening? But no, it really was happening. The whole thing is crazy. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you so much, Khaleesi. I guess I do have a buy me a coffee. Khaleesi bought me my first coffee, my first and only coffee, and it was so funny. I actually had a shout out to you in the slides. But I don't want to keep y'all any longer. I know it's a late night. It is crazy, this case. And one more thing, just before we go, if you do want to read the documents, if you are that kind of nerd, I have already put them in the description. I'll link it here in the chat. And basically, just to show you how to do it, because I want to make sure you can do this. So you go to that link that I sent you, and then you just go to like continue. And then to search, okay, I said continue. Okay, record search. Why isn't this? Oh, of course. Now I already messed it up. Hold on. Let me go back to it. Okay, Yes, I do. Okay, now we're on the right page. I had to refresh it. So on where it says name company, you have to do it like the last name, comma, first name. So it's Foreman, comma, Joseph. And then you'll see, and then go to the last one, this one, aka Afroman, civil injunction. And then you can go to like the docket. And then it's really weird how this is. Let me just make sure that you can see this on the screen. Okay, it is sharing. So I just want to make sure y'all can see this. So like you can, these are all the different ones. It's like, it doesn't seem like they're clickable, but they are. And they're just so funny. So you can read more about this case if you can't get enough of it. And like, look how far, because this happened like in what, 2022, 23. Just so funny, you guys. I had to share it with someone because like no one else, even like my sister's a lawyer. I sent it to her and she didn't even respond. I was like, you suck. This is funny. Anyone who doesn't understand how funny this is, like, does not have a good sense of humor. Gilda, I'm so late to this party. Girl, you have start from the beginning. You have to see the lemon pound cake in court. And I was laughing with CJ about this. I was like, can you imagine? Like, I was like, if we were jurors there, they would kick our asses out. Because we like it is so funny. I'd be laughing the whole time, and I would be laughing even like even when they were showing some of the posts that Afroman had about the cops. He's just everything he says is so funny. Okay, I need to silence this. Hold on. Well, I probably don't need to silence this because I think we're done. I had some things set up for a different stream, but we'll just get back to this. This had to all be, this all had to be about this case today. And I'm just saying, Blake Lively, she thinks she's going to get on the stand and do something. No, honey, unless you're wearing that suit and those rings, like you're nothing. You've already lost. We already knew you were going to lose, but like Afroman, his case is the case of the year. I cannot wait to see what happens tomorrow. Everything's linked in the chat. Thank you so much, Kat, for letting us use your stream. It's hilarious. I will see Lemon Pound Cake. You have to see it. And there's other parts too. And today wasn't organized. I just kind of came here after my meeting. I still have one more thing to do. I do use TikTok. I haven't used it in a long time, but thank you so much. Yes. I have to explain that at a different point why it's a different name. It's because I was posting for a rescue trial, and they kept getting my stuff banned on X, and so I started posting it on TikTok, and it was able to stay there. So that started out with animal rescue stuff. That's why it's called Law Nerds and Paw Nerds. But now it's the same stuff. I need to use it more. That was a good thing. Christine said, I was wondering the same thing, Khaleesi, because I don't have that one on deck. Oh yeah, check it out. I had one video go viral on it, 3 million views. I made of Miss Peaches a month after her adoption, and it was pretty cute. Liam Jensen says, thank you so much for the giggles. I was in a mood over Judge Lyman ruling not coming. I was laughing so hard, and I just like, I had to share it because I was like, other people need to appreciate this. It's so, everything about it is so stupid. Big Bird is stupid. Yeah. And I know, like, I think my chat has the best sense of humor, everyone here. And I was like, you guys will get this. Kenny says, can you imagine if Blake took authorship over his suit and wore one like it? If she wants to have good luck, she's going to have to ditch her florals. Like, she needs to wear something like that. It just like, I don't even know how, but this case is going to go by fast. Today was only the second day. I want to go back. I haven't even seen the opening statements, but after I was listening today, I was like, I got to listen to it. And again, I cannot believe that like some of the stuff that's happened in this court today. And I will give you when we go back, because I'll probably cover him a different day when I'm a little more organized, and I'll go back and I'll explain the case that this judge messed up, because I actually recognize it, and it was that was one of the most crazy cases I've also seen, a very diabolical case. So bring your husband, wear your flag. Yeah, or never mind. I won't say it. Yeah, so on that note, I'm going to let you guys go. It was so late. Get some sleep. I hope you enjoyed the chat, or I enjoyed the stream, and I will, and sorry, I promise this is the last thing because I forgot to mention it. I just need to go to the right slide. This one. Yes, we do have a new emoji from Lena. It's her 10-year-old dog named Merlin. Look at these ears. I named it Listening because he has these like perfect big ears. It looked like a bear gave him his ears. So if you got a new membership, or if you are a member, you can use those. You can use those emojis in the chat. And Pam, yeah, I think it's just at Law Nerds on TikTok, but like when you go to it, the name will say Law Nerds and Paw Nerds. But yeah, it's just at Law Nerds. And thank you again, everyone. Yes, this is it. That's me. So I love you guys. I love you all. If you're on replay, crew, let me know in the chat or let me know in the comment section if you got a good laugh. And I will talk to you all soon. Good night.